Today we're talking about every maximalist's worst nightmare, Swiss graphic design. What it is, how it's used, and why it remains one of the cleanest and most trendy and popular design styles year after year after year. Some of you already zoned out because you think that minimalism is ruining the world. But let's start with a little background. Swiss graphic design, also called International Typographic Style, I had never even heard of that until now, emerged in Switzerland in the late 1940s and 50s. Designers like Joseph Mueller Brockmann and Max Bill were reacting to the busy, decorative styles that came just before their time. They wanted to create a style that was clear, simple, functional, and beautiful. And I want to put an emphasis on the last part because beauty was never up for debate as something that was optional. I just find that important and wanted to make that point. They were influenced by earlier modernist movements like the Bauhaus movement, which valued minimalism and a lot of geometric forms. Swiss design quickly became very popular worldwide because it could communicate information efficiently and, again, beautifully. I promise, we're not compromising on looks. So, what makes Swiss graphic designs of all styles stand out or stand in? Well, there are 5 key features. And to illustrate these 5 key features or points, I'm going to show you some incredible Swiss designs, many of which are actually made in Kittl, and you can actually access them at any point in the link down below. So if you see one of them and you're like, dang, I really want to use that, well, now you can. Like I promise, there's no problem. Like, just go click on it and just go do it.
Do it! Just do it!
First, the grid system. Think of a grid as an invisible framework of vertical and horizontal lines that just break a page or an artboard into neat sections. Designers use this to organize their text and their images so that everything aligns perfectly. It creates balance and harmony, and nothing feels random or out of place. Joseph Mueller, the guy that I was talking about just before, even wrote entire books on how important grids are for disciplined and objective design. My favorite is on grid systems in design, which I left my version in a box at home because we're moving right now, but you can find a link in my book list below. Awesome book. Even if you're not going to read it, it looks cool, so just pick one up for your coffee table. Next, arguably my favorite, is typography. Swiss design favors clean sans-serif fonts. Those are the typefaces without the little strokes at the end of the letters. The most famous, obviously, is Helvetica, created right in Switzerland in 1957, right during the International Typographic Style movement. This font became just a symbol of clarity and modernity. There are certain people that just like to hate on stuff that's popular and used a lot. I mean, there's a reason why it's so used, and when it comes to serving a visual purpose, I don't think the term overused should be used. But typography isn't just decoration here, it's the main visual element. The goal is to make text easy to read at any font size. A couple of my recommendations for fonts in this style are, like I said, Helvetica. New Haas Grotesque is a wonderful font, as well as Intervariable if you can get your hands on that. Our third key feature is asymmetrical layouts. So instead of centering everything perfectly, Swiss designers play with imbalance to keep things interesting, but in a controlled way. Using the grid, they balance elements across the page so that design feels dynamic and interesting without chaos and doesn't get repetitive or boring. The asymmetry guides your eyes naturally through the content. However simple it may appear, actually really tough to make these designs look so effortlessly balanced with so much white space. Number 4, Swiss design also uses photography and minimal illustrations, but very, very thoughtfully and very sparingly. Photos are often just black and white or high contrast, making them clear and objective. When illustrations appear, they're just simple geometric shapes or icons that support the message and are never distracting from any key visual elements. If you're going to use photography here, really be in love with the visual that you're going to be showing. I like to think that every design element or choice either adds to the overall value or detracts from it. If we remember that there aren't really like neutral design choices, that helps us be a lot more careful in our work. And finally, the color palettes tend to be very limited. Often it's just black and white and maybe a third bold color. This keeps the focus on the content and typography and avoids visual clutter. And this just keeps the focus on content and typography of whatever the design is and avoids visual clutter. I love the 60-30-10 rule if you're going to introduce a third color. If you don't know what that is, look it up. It's very, very interesting. Most recently, a lot of people started looking into it and discovering the 60-30-10 rule when it came to the TV show Severance and how it was shot. Now, that's a lot of like cool, fun facts, but I'm not seeing it. Where is it used? Well, it's everywhere. In corporate branding, companies use it to appear professional and trustworthy, and to communicate lots of information very effectively and cleanly. Logos, business cards, stationery are mostly designed with Swiss principles to look super modern and clean. It's also big in editorial design. Magazines, newspapers, and books rely mostly on grids and clear typography to make dense information easy to read. The design helps readers scan and absorb content quickly without getting distracted or disinterested. You'll also find Swiss design in a lot of public signage. Airports, train stations, hospitals, places where quick comprehension is vital, especially in densely populated metroplexes like New York, LA, or Berlin. Whenever we go over to Germany, it's literally just like everywhere. It's just everywhere. The use of sans-serif fonts and clean layouts means you can read signs just at a glance. Boom, I see it, I know what it says, and you can find your way very easily. Swiss design works great for advertising and posters too. The bold, minimal layouts and strong typography grab attention and deliver messages instantly. Lots of companies are using principles of Swiss design in their static advertising to communicate why their product is good, why their service is good. Even in a digital world, Swiss design principles thrive. Grid systems make responsive web design easier, sans-serif fonts improve readability on screens, and the minimalist approach speeds up loading times and keeps users focused on what really matters. So why is Swiss graphic design so appealing and clean? Well, I'm glad that you asked. First, it's all about functionality. Every design choice serves a purpose, no decoration without reason. This makes communication clear and effortless for the viewer. You always got to think about how the viewer is viewing what you've created. It's also just incredibly timeless because Swiss design focuses on fundamentals rather than trends. It still looks fresh decades later. This makes it perfect for brands or projects that want to stay relevant for years. Just like mid-century furniture looks still so good so many years later. The trend doesn't die, it's just timeless. Another reason is the strong visual hierarchy. Swiss designers guide your eye through the content in a logical order using grids, font sizes, and color contrast. This reduces confusion and makes absorbing information just a lot easier. Swiss design strikes a great balance between order and creativity. The grid systems provide structure, but asymmetry and bold typography add energy and personality. So for those of you that are personality lovers, you still get to have your fun when it comes to this design style. And lastly, it works as kind of a universal language. Its simplicity and clarity transcends cultural and language barriers, making it effective worldwide. That's why Helvetica and other Swiss designs elements are used globally, and just this overall minimal type and photo layout design style kind of transcends just this one Swiss design style. I mean, it's everywhere. Like I said, some people are going to look at this minimalist style and think that it's just everything that's wrong with design, and I would argue on the contrary that it has provided the basis for more styles of design to flourish. It's kind of like money. I mean, my wife and I have a budget. We know where every dollar goes. We know how much we can eat out or spend on luxuries. Now, someone could look at that and be like, Graham, that's so restrictive. You got to live a little. You got to loosen the purse strings. Treat yourself. In reality, the treat I'm giving myself is the peace that comes with knowing I have enough money to pay my bills and knowing when I can or can't get something nice for myself. When I buy something, I know I had the money for it, so I don't have buyer's remorse or buyer's regret or guilt or any of those things. Freedom is not the absence of parameters, but proper knowledge of them, and I think that is wonderfully demonstrated by this style. So just to sum up, Swiss graphic design is about stripping away all the unnecessary to revere pure, functional, and beautiful communication. Its use of grids, clean typography, and minimalism make it timeless, versatile, and incredibly effective. It's a style that proves clean design truly never really dies with other trends. So I'd love to know what you think about Swiss design because everybody has an opinion. You can just comment down below with your thoughts and of course grab access to many of our Swiss design templates and fonts that I mentioned. You can start playing around with them and make some of your own cool, unique Swiss designs. Again, the link to that is in the description. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel here because that helps us out a ton. As we grow, we're able to make even better content for you guys. So definitely join us for the journey. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.